去 CN 呢個民主嚟嘅揀就捉埋㗎啦，捉住邊個咁要睇埋 menu，好似真係佢好似係即係好似 K 歌卡，講話要 jazz night 就要揾買飛哦。
No better.
Good evening, honored guests. On behalf of the Ontario Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Sport, the Board and Management of the St. Lawrence Parks Commission, and the staff of Fort Henry National Historic Site of Canada, we welcome you to Fort Henry's World Heritage Sunset Ceremony. Bonsoir tout le monde. De la part du ministère du Tourisme, de la Culture et du Sport, la Commission des Parcs du Saint-Laurent, ainsi que la direction et le personnel du Fort Henry, lieu historique national, nous vous souhaitons la bienvenue à la crépuscule du Fort Henry. We stand in solidarity with the Indigenous peoples of Turtle Island, now called Canada, by recognizing our complicated relationship and acknowledging that the St. Lawrence Parks Commission continues to exist as a result of dispossession and displacement. We acknowledge the continued presence and vibrance of these nations, as well as the growing, thriving communities of urban Indigenous peoples in our nearby cities. The St. Lawrence Parks Commission remains committed to learning how to be better stewards of the land and the water, how to be better neighbors. We commit to bettering our relationship with the area's original peoples by engaging in meaningful discussion with Indigenous communities, other community stakeholders, and cultural leaders, allowing ourselves to be vulnerable and to truly listen. We commit to thoroughly considering recommendations. Importantly, the St. Lawrence Parks Commission commits to keeping this land acknowledgement alive, updating and altering our commitments as we move forward in the spirit of reconciliation, inclusion, and collaboration. Please stand as able for the singing of our national anthem by the Fort Henry Guard Chamber Choir. ammunition will be used in tonight's battle sequences, and the explosions in this confined area are quite loud. We ask that throughout tonight's performance that you do not cross the rope barriers or come onto the parade square to pick up spent rifle rounds or any other objects. Un mot d'avertissement. Des tirs à blanc seront tirés pendant cette simulation de bataille, et le bruit des explosions est assez fort. Nous prions aux spectateurs de ne pas ramasser les douilles ni des autres objets, et de ne pas dépasser les cordes sur la place d'armes. De plus, le vapotage et le tabac sont interdits sur le lieu du Fort Henri. Nous prions aux spectateurs de mettre vos cellulaires sur silencieux, s'il vous plaît. For the enjoyment of all visitors, we kindly ask that you silence any electronic devices that might sound out during the show. There is no smoking or vaping allowed on the grounds of Fort Henry during tonight's sunset ceremony. For your convenience, the washrooms are located on the center north wall of the lower fort, directly behind the center seats, and refreshments are available in the lower fort as well. Les toilettes publiques sont situées au centre du mur du côté nord, directement derrière les gradins. De plus, des rafraîchissements sont disponibles dans le fort principal. The music and drill you will see tonight has a quality and precision which can rival any military unit, but will be presented to you by a select group of Canadian college and university students, all specially trained here at Fort Henry during the summer. After a brief 2-year hiatus, we are pleased to invite you to celebrate the hard work and dedication of these individuals as they bring history to life before your very eyes. La musique et les manœuvres que vous allez voir ce soir ont une qualité et précision qui rivalisent avec n'importe quelle unité militaire. Cependant, les soldats de la garde du Fort Henry sont tous des étudiants de collège ou d'université, qui sont tous entraînés ici, au fort, pendant l'été. Durant le matin jusqu'à l'extinction des feux le soir, les joueurs de tambour, de fifres et de clairons jouent les divers appels nécessaires à la réglementation d'une journée des soldats. Lorsqu'ils jouent tous ensemble, on les appelle le corps de tambour. La musique que ces soldats joueront est typique de l'époque victorienne. The fifers, drummers, and buglers of a company play the camp and duty calls necessary to regulate a soldier's day. From reveille in the morning till lights out in the evening, they relay orders to the men both in the garrison and on the battlefield. When led by the drum major, they are referred to collectively as the drums. The British military music you will hear is predominantly from the 1867 period. aforementioned snare and bass drums carried by the drummers are constructed of brass shells and would have been covered in calfskin. British regiments of the line decorated their side drums by painting the royal coat of arms on a background color of royal blue. The capture of a battalion's drums was considered a major loss of integrity and pride because the drums were valued and respected, second only to the colors. Kingston. We salute your outstanding efforts in promoting our wonderful city. Ce soir, le tambour major salue le point personnel du tourisme de la ville de Kingston. Nous saluons vos efforts en faisant la promotion de notre ville merveilleuse. Veuillez de vous lever si possible pour la présentation des couleurs. Honor guests, please rise as able for the presentation of the colors. Marching out next is the Fort Henry Guard Color Party. The colors of the Fort Henry Guard are made of silk and are designed according to the regulations in effect in 1867. They consist of the Queen's color and the dark blue regimental color. Le détachement des couleurs va maintenant entrer. Les couleurs de la garde du Fort Henry sont faites de soie et sont conçues selon les régulations de 1867. Ils comprennent les couleurs régimentaires et les couleurs de la reine. The Queen's color is the Union flag with the imperial crown at the center, surmounted by the letters FHG. La couleur de la reine semble comme le drapeau de l'Union, avec la couronne impériale au milieu. Les couleurs régimentaires représentent tous les régiments qui étaient stationnés ici au fort et à la ville de Kingston entre les années 1812 et 1943. La devise de la garde du fort Henry est Et nos servons, qui veut dire nous servons aussi. En 1867, les couleurs étaient le point de ralliement pour le régiment et la peinture de ces couleurs sera le plus grand des honneurs. The Fort Henry Guard regimental color bears the names of all the regiments which garrisoned Kingston and Fort Henry during its years of active service from 1812 to 1943. In this way, the regimental color symbolizes the reason for the Guard's existence and memory of those who served. The motto of the Guard is Et nos merimor, we also serve. In 1867, the color served as rallying points for the regiment, and to lose one in battle was the utmost disgrace. Honored guests, please be seated. Tout le monde, nous vous prions de vous asseoir. A word of warning. Blank ammunition will be used in the next demonstration, and the explosions in this confined area are quite loud. Now you're about to see a series of tactical drills performed by the infantry of the line. These exercises keep a sitting army sharp. The discipline, steadiness, and precise drill that is impressive on the parade square is essential for survival on the battlefield. Des exercices cérémoniels et tactiques sont utilisés pour inculquer la discipline et la rigueur, des qualités impressionnantes sur un terrain de parade, mais essentielles pour la survie sur le champ de bataille. Les bataillons d'infanterie de l'armée britannique étaient cantonnés surtout vers l'est du Canada en 1867. La garde du Fort Henry transporte des fusils Snyder-Enfield, les armes les plus modernes de l'époque. Infantry battalions of the British Army garrisoned much of eastern Canada in 1867. They are carrying the Snyder-Enfield rifle, issued to the Army last year in 1866. This rifle employs the very latest in weapons technology, with a relatively rapid rate of fire compared to the muzzleloader it replaced.
On the right! For time! Quick!
Honored guests, under the command of Color Sergeant Jordan Clark, the drill squad of the Fort Henry Guard.
On
19th century drill is designed to move troops in the field with maximum efficiency. The soldiers march without swinging their arms, so that by touching at the elbow, they can maintain perfect distance. Les manœuvres militaires du 19e siècle ont été conçues pour déplacer les troupes avec une plus grande efficacité. Les soldats marchent sans se déplacer les bras, coude à coude, afin de maintenir une unité impeccable. This movement allows the company to change direction and formation to meet an enemy threat from the rear, allowing them to fire in line or in files. Ce mouvement permet à la compagnie de changer de direction et de formation afin d'affronter l'ennemi par l'arrière, leur permettant de tirer en formation de ligne ou de colonne. Formation, a company in line can advance towards the flank of the main force and rapidly reform the line to meet the enemy. En marchant en formation d'échelon, une compagnie en ligne peut avancer vers le flanc de la force principale, leur permettant de reformer rapidement la ligne pour rencontrer l'ennemi. Changes the marching formation into 4 files, which is useful for flanking the enemy on the battlefield. Ce mouvement déplace la formation en 4 colonnes. Cette formation est utile pour contourner l'ennemi sur le champ de bataille. Exercise is a memorized rifle sequence soldiers perform to keep their drills sharp and their minds alert. Cette séquence de fusil est mémorisée et utilisée afin de maintenir la précision des manœuvres et la vivacité d'esprit des soldats. This movement enables soldiers marching in fours to change into line formation and meet an enemy threat from the front. Ce manœuvre permet aux soldats marchant en 4 colonnes de se placer en formation de ligne afin d'affronter une attaque par l'avant. Le premier sergent ordonne les hommes à pratiquer des exercices de baïonnette afin de rester agiles s'ils sont confrontés par l'ennemi. During these bayonet exercises, you can see the thrust against a standing enemy, against a man in a trench or on horseback, a parry against a saber stroke, and finally, the point. Pendant ces exercices de baïonnette, observez les soldats imposer un coup à l'ennemi debout, dans un fossé ou à cheval. Ils dévient un coup de sabre et finalement un coup de pointe. The battle is about to begin. Imagine that you are out in the field, watching as the infantry repel the enemy force, while the artillery lends additional firepower. The drill and battle tactics you will see are authentic to the 19th century. This helps troops to march over uneven terrain while in battle formation. Ce rythme contrôlé aide les troupes à marcher sur un terrain rigoureux en formation de bataille. moving into range. The battalion formed in the famous thin red line would fire defensive volleys. When enemy cavalry charges, the soldiers will rally to form the deadly British square. The front rank will kneel to form a wall of steel, bayonets pointed at the horse's chest. L'ennemi approche le bataillon. Afin de combattre le cavalerie de l'ennemi, les soldats forment le carré britannique. Certaines s'agenouillent pour créer un mur d'acier avec leurs baïonnettes pointées vers l'ennemi. Les soldats tirent un à un avec un rythme stable pour s'assurer qu'il y ait toujours des balles tirées vers l'ennemi. devastating volley. L'aile droite a reculé afin de tomber l'ennemi dans un dernier tir dévastateur. in the fort, visitor safety is a prime concern. Consequently, we are obliged to clean up our battles as soon as they are over. We ask that visitors do not go into the parade square to pick up spent rifle rounds. As a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Fort Henry has been entertaining guests since opening on August 1st, 1938, under the watchful eye of Dr. Ronald L. Way. It was Dr. Way's vision to create a living museum through the creation of the Fort Henry Guard, an interpretive unit comprised of college and university students. This summer, the Fort Henry Guard is celebrating 84 years of continuing excellence. As recipient of the TripAdvisor Traveler's Choice Award in 2021 and 2022, Fort Henry remains in the top 10% of must-see locations worldwide. Honored guests, we now invite all the young recruits in the audience to join the children's muster on the parade square. Hurry quick to join the ranks and learn how to be a soldier.
That's you, son! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Every meal a banquet! Every paycheck a fortune! Let's go!
Before these citizens start the work again.
Oh, security barrier!
Oh my gosh. She's so brave. How old is she?
Let's go! 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 Get a haircut!
Get a haircut.
Very well, it's good to see so many eager recruits for the British military today. You're a late recruit, let's go!
Eternal glory! Eternal glory is yours!
She's so cute. Every guy.
My heels are together, my hands are by my side, my arms are straight, I stare straight ahead. I do not look around, I do not laugh, I do not smile, for nothing is funny in the British military. We are soldiers now, and when I call eyes front, you'll return to the position immediately. Let's give it a try. Recruits, eyes front. Very good. Now
What did he make that? They haven't done anything.
very well. Don't move in line, recruits! Your eyes front! Ah, very good. Another late recruit for Her Majesty's military. Let's put your hands by your sides, your heels together. Very good. You seem to be missing the bottom halves of your pants. How do you connect to the British military parade square today? Your grandmother's underwear. Oh, these haircuts are certainly not regulation. And some of these headpieces are considered such an odd thing in my life.
He ran away. We have a deserter.
Come up front.
왜 그러니까. 그게 막 그러고 있어요.
And your right hands up, recruits. Up their nose, their left and their right.
Your other right.
당연히 여기 안에.
I was about to say that. Your other right.
To the front, salute. Questions for us. Some of the tools can be very confusing. It's important you know how to ask questions in the military. So recruits, if you have questions, shoot your right arm. Again, your same right. Keep it in mind, recruits. Keep it out straight in front of you and you will say as loud as you can, sir! And you will hold that position until I come around to answer your question. Is that clear, recruits? Yeah. Very good. Right hand will be to the front. Prove. When I say prove, you shoot your right hand down and scream, sir! As loud as you can. Recruits, eyes front, to the front, prove! Good! And your hands back to your side, very good. Be louder though, one last time, recruits, to the front, prove! And now, if any of you have questions for us, you know how to ask them. That's not prove, recruits.
Face one direction in the British military. We have to learn how to prepare. You're going to spin. If I yell to the right face, you're going to spin to your right. And if I yell right about face, you're going to spin all the way around.
Skip and jump.
Right face! All the way around, recruits, let's see it!
You're all messed out. Oh, there's the damn sign.
There's a bunch of kids with flashing shoes too. It's pretty funny.
Very ambitious, this is a very large line.
Oh dear.
As walking. We do it every day. Hopefully everyone knows how. The only difference is in the British military, we train perfect rescue.
Jumping up and down.
Line just like this, and we march on the same feet. So when I start marching, I will call left, right, left, right. When we start marching, we'll stay on those feet. The command will be on the right, straight march. Any questions about that, recruits? If I call recruits, halt, you will stop moving. Stand feet in your parents. Eyes right. Recruits, by the right, quick, march, left, right, march forward, say recruits, start, right. Right, up, face. All the way around, turn around. Did I say to march, recruits? Get back in line, we listen up to commands in the British military. Attachment! By the right, quick, march! Left, right, left, right, left, right. Get back in line,
Strangler.
I think to the right, quick is throwing them off.
Yeah.
Look at this dressing, what happened to the line?
The line is deceased.
Twisted.
And it's twisted all right. in more ways than one.
Congratulations, recruits! You have completed your very basic training course in British military. That's all of us need for us to do. We must pay homage to the Queen whom we serve. So when I call out 1, 2, 3, and the count of 3, you say, as loud as you can, God save the Queen! You understand?
Sit down.
1, 2, 3.
It's a new drill.
Étiquette au soldat qui devait retourner à la caserne pendant que les gardiens de nuit prenaient leur poste de nuit. Accompagnés par les joueurs FIFA et les joueurs, les soldats retournaient à leur lieu de logement. Cet élément était connu sous le nom retraite. The bugle calls and activities at the end of the day indicated to soldiers in the towns and taverns that they should return to barracks. The most important activity was the setting of the watch. While the night watch was being posted through the town, accompanied by fifers and drummers, the soldiers began returning to their billets for the night. The procedure became known as beating tattoo, a word derived from the Dutch expression doden tafta, meaning turn out the taps. In the 19th century, procedures at the end of the day evolved into a ceremony known simply as tattoo. Honored guests, under the command of Lieutenant Colin Watts, the artillery detachments and the drums of the Fort Henry Guard.
Firing the cannons over the wall.
La fin de la journée d'un soldat était réglée par des appels de clairon ou de cornemuse au coucher du soleil pour signaler la retraite et compter les couleurs. Souvent, le corps de tambour jouait au coucher du soleil pendant que la garde de surveillance prenait leur position pour le soir. La cérémonie se terminait avec la retraite, ce qui signifiait la fin de la journée. Au XXe siècle, on associe la retraite avec le funérailles militaire, la fin définitive d'une journée de soldat. Dans quelques instants, nous allons aller assister au tir de l'artillerie, au signal de la retraite, à l'heure du soir, la campagne de la cornemuse et l'extinction des feux. Nous vous invitons à participer en vous tenant debout, que l'on abaisse le drapeau pendant que l'on chante du soir et God Save the Queen. The end of the Soldiers' Day was very much regulated by bugle calls or pipe calls. At sunset, the evening gun was fired, retreat was sounded, and the flag was lowered. In the 19th century, in peacetime, it was common practice for the regimental band to parade at dusk during the setting of the watch. The ceremony ended with the last post, signifying that the end of the round had been reached for the posting of the guard. In the 20th century, the bugle call of last post is more closely associated with military funerals, truly the end of a soldier's day. 15 minutes after last post, lights out was sounded. The ceremony today is derived from the events which occurred at the end of the day as part of garrison life. Once the guns have been reported ready, we can watch and listen for the firing of the artillery, the sounding of retreat as the Union flag is lowered, the evening hymn and God Save the Queen, followed by the sounding of Piper's Lament, last post, and lights out. You are invited to participate by standing during the lowering of the flag and singing the evening hymn and God Save the Queen. Please stand as able for the lowering of the flag. We invite you to remain standing and to sing the evening hymn, Abide With Me, and God Save the Queen. Nous vous invitons à vous lever et chanter l'hymne Abide With Me et God Save the Queen.
Save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen. God save the Queen. Send her victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save the
Tout le monde, nous vous prions de vous asseoir. Honored guests, please be seated. Honored guests, the Fort Henry Guard. Throughout the 1800s, the walls of Fort Henry resounded with the sounds of bagpipes. Among the historic English and Scottish regiments which fulfilled their daily duties in garrison at the fort are the 79th, 93rd, and 73rd Regiments of Foot, now known respectively as the Queen's Own Cameron Highlanders, the Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders, and the Black Watch. Pendant le 19e siècle, les murs du fort Henry résonnaient avec la musique des cornemuses. Parmi les régiments anglais et écossais qui étaient stationnés au fort sont les 79e, 93e et 73e régiments d'infanterie. Ils sont connus respectivement comme le Queen's Own Cameron Highlanders, le Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders et le Black Watch. Notre spectacle ce soir conclut avec le jeu de Piper's Lament, Last Post et les sections des feux. Priez de vous lever si possible pour la musique suivante. Tonight's program will conclude with the sounding of Piper's Lament, Last Post, and Lights Out. It is customary to stand as able during the playing of Last Post. Your time tonight and look forward to seeing you again soon. Please take care when leaving the fort as the stairs are rather steep and the pathways are dark and slippery. For your convenience, the commissary store will remain open for another 15 minutes.